Hello, love and greetings. I'm Paul Friedman. Welcome to the Marriage Foundation. Things are different at our channel because I'm different. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Been doing this since 2001. Before that, I was a divorce mediator, so I've seen it all. This topic is a very important topic. This is, I've fallen out of love with my husband. What do I do? It's a good question. But we have to be a little esoteric, if you don't mind. We have to understand a little bit more before what I tell you makes any sense. So what do I mean by that? So in our world, the word love, because we're bombarded with Western psychological ideas, the word love only means an increased like. But you know from your experience when you met your husband that it's far more than that. When you met your husband, you felt the love here in your heart, right? And it was a very special kind of feeling. Now, what you were not aware of, but what took place, was that your mind, which is a part of you, but it's not you, you're actually a soul, you have a mind, but your mind cannot comprehend love. Bet you never heard that before. Could you do me a favor and just subscribe and like the video now before we forget? So the mind is, think of it as a computer that you, the soul, has. You also have a body. So you have a body and a mind, but you're the soul. The soul's very nature, God created man in his image, is love. So you see what happens is that we're not taught. So this is not your fault. Please, we're not going after blame or I don't love my husband because of this is what he did and because I'm bad or something. Guilt and shame don't come into play in marriage. They don't work very well. So what happens is the mind can't comprehend love because it's mechanical. It's evaluating things, it's calculating things, it's seeing things, telling you what it is you're seeing. It's a very important tool, but it's not you. So the love that you had for your husband still exists, but the mind has layered on top of the mind all these ideas that has blocked the feeling of love. If you put your hand on your heart right now and you kind of close your eyes and you look up here and you visualize your children maybe or your husband who you profess you don't love anymore, but visualize him and using your, and here's where it gets really interesting, using your free will, visualize your husband surrounded in a halo of blue and say to him from here, not from here, I love you. With deep heart feeling, not mental feeling. So how does this even happen? How does this come about? Because it's very interesting how that happened. I've fallen out of love with my husband. What do I do? So you did one thing. You just learned a technique, and it's real. It's real. That's real. The thoughts of not loving him are not real. So why did this happen in the first place? And there's a number of reasons. Here's what's very cool. The reasons don't really matter. What you want to do now is you want to take back the love. You want that because that's what you, your husband, your marriage are all about. Love is the binding agent in your marriage. It's also the bridge between the two of you as souls. It's a beautiful entity, this marriage thing. It is so highly evolved. It's so spiritual. But because our world has become so Western psychology and so material, we've lost sight of the truth of what marriage is. And people go, well, you have someone, why are you still with your husband, your wife, after 30 years, 40 years? Well, you get used to each other. No! You need to, and the world needs to learn that we use our free will and our volition and our wisdom to nurture the love, to cultivate the love that we have for our husband so that it springs forth and it fulfills your promise of marriage, and it fulfills your heart's desire for love and happiness. You see? So what do? You have to relearn about marriage. Now you do that by watching these videos, so please subscribe for your sake. And you could go into our website, see all that we have to offer. Now some people get this right away, just from this video. And they'll go, wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I can do that. Other people need to learn more so the mind is satisfied and put aside. You know, the mind, our relationship with the mind is very interesting once we recognize it as a possession instead of as us. And for me, in the very beginning, when I recognized this, it was a battle. I couldn't control my mind. But since then, through the grace of God, and I asked Him for this, I created I shouldn't say, I'm hesitant to use the word I created, because it's a gift from God. But we have this SOW technique, which is part of the course for women, also course for men. You don't do it together, by the way. Marriage help is an individual thing, because we're individuals. I call marriage an individual spiritual path that we do with our soulmate. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, come on. So go to our website, see all that we have, learn about marriage, because you've invested so much into your marriage. You don't want to lose it now. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I'm very glad you came by. I'll see you again. God bless you. God bless your husband, your family, and take care. Thank you.